Starship 33 is lost. While this is undeniable, the Starship Flight 7 mission can still be considered a success, thanks to the remarkable achievement of successfully catching the booster. Exciting as that may be, there are more pressing concerns following the launch, most notably the response from the FAA, the government agency tasked with granting launch permissions for rockets in U.S. airspace. So what has the FAA declared? Let's find out in today's episode of Alpha Tech. SpaceX's Starship Flight 7 mission brought a mix of triumphs and setbacks. The mission achieved a major milestone as the Stage 1 Super Heavy booster was successfully caught by the Mechazilla Arm, marking a significant step forward in reusable rocket technology. However, the Stage 2 Starship faced a much more turbulent journey. Tragically, it exploded in space, scattering debris that lit up the sky with brilliant streaks of orange and yellow. While the sight was mesmerizing, the reality raises critical concerns about safety and environmental impact. Fortunately, according to the latest reports, no casualties were associated with the incident. Astrophysicist Jonathan McDowell from the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics provided an analysis of where the debris likely fell. According to his calculations, the rapid unscheduled disassembly, SpaceX's term for an unexpected explosion, occurred over the Bahamas. Debris passed over the Turks and Caicos Islands at an altitude of roughly 120 kilometers or 75 miles before falling into the sea north of Puerto Rico and the British Virgin Islands a few minutes later. Despite the lack of immediate harm, the FAA is expected to launch a formal investigation into the incident. Such inquiries could pose a significant hurdle for SpaceX's upcoming missions as they may delay future test flights. Shortly after SpaceX confirmed the conclusion of the launch, the FAA issued a statement acknowledging the anomaly. The FAA is aware an anomaly occurred during the SpaceX Starship Flight 7 mission that launched from Boca Chica, Texas on January 16th. The FAA is assessing the operation and will issue an updated statement. The launch also caused temporary disruptions in air traffic. Flights departing from Miami International Airport and Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport experienced delays averaging 1 hour due to what the FAA described as a rocket launch anomaly. An FAA alert further cited debris as the cause of these delays. According to an agency statement, the FAA briefly diverted aircraft to ensure safety in the area where space vehicle debris was falling. Normal operations resumed shortly after. The dramatic nature of the incident was also evident from the perspective of airline pilots. At 5:55 p.m. Eastern, approximately 18 minutes after Starship's launch, a pilot reported seeing a major streak with multiple colors stretching across the sky. As the FAA evaluates the event, it remains uncertain what additional requirements the agency might impose on SpaceX before it allows the next launch. An official announcement from the FAA is expected in the coming days, though the investigation itself could extend the time between test flights. Meanwhile, SpaceX and Elon Musk have been transparent about the root cause of the anomaly. In a post on social media, Musk explained that a fire ignited at the tail section of the rocket before the explosion. The fire caused a buildup of pressure that ultimately led to the disassembly. Musk elaborated, preliminary indication is that we had an oxygen/fuel leak in the cavity above the ship engine firewall that was large enough to build pressure in excess of the vent capacity. In response, SpaceX has already begun outlining plans to address this issue. Musk stated that the company would add fire suppression systems to the affected area and increase vent capacity to prevent similar problems in future flights. Despite the setback, Musk remains optimistic, indicating that nothing so far suggests pushing the next launch beyond next month. SpaceX emphasized that Starship performed within designated launch corridor, a safeguard designed to minimize risk to people and property. The company also issued guidance for anyone who might encounter debris, urging individuals not to handle or retrieve it but to contact local authorities or the SpaceX debris hotline instead. SpaceX remains committed to its iterative approach to development, which values rapid testing and learning from each attempt. The company has already prepared hardware for its 8th test flight, which is undergoing pre-launch testing. In a statement, SpaceX reaffirmed its dedication to building a fully reusable space transportation system and highlighted how every test provides valuable data to improve Starship's reliability. As always, success comes from what we learn, and this flight test will help us improve Starship's reliability as SpaceX seeks to make life multiplanetary, the company noted. We will conduct a thorough investigation in coordination with the FAA and implement corrective actions to make improvements on future Starship flight tests. However, the FAA's investigation may slow SpaceX's progress. The agency has strict protocols for ensuring public safety and will likely require thorough reviews and corrective actions before granting clearance for the next launch. Compounding matters, the FAA is also investigating Blue Origin's New Glenn rocket following a failed landing during its first launch. The challenges facing SpaceX are significant, but they are not insurmountable. Each test brings new insight, and the company's ability to rapidly iterate and implement solutions ensures continued progress. While the FAA investigation may introduce delays, it also provides an opportunity for SpaceX to refine its systems and strengthen its safety measures. For now, we await further updates from both SpaceX and the FAA. The developments of the coming days will shape the timeline for Starship's next test flights and its broader mission of revolutionizing space travel. Stay tuned to our channel for the latest updates, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe for comprehensive coverage of SpaceX's journey. With every challenge, SpaceX is pushing the boundaries of what's possible, bringing us closer to a future where humanity can thrive beyond Earth. In the end, Starship Flight 7 is still a success. The explosion isn't a failure or disappointment, it's the epitome of SpaceX's bold and innovative style. The company thrives on a fast-paced, startup-like culture of rapid iteration, a stark contrast to the traditional aerospace industry. Musk's development philosophy is clear. If things are not failing, you are not innovating enough. During his speech to the National Academy of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine, Musk outlined plans to conduct a dozen test flights in 2022. SpaceX combines high-tech specialized designs like the Raptor engines with a hands-on iterative approach in other areas. Early Super Heavy prototypes even used Tesla electric motors to operate their flaps. One of the most striking examples of this approach is the use of stainless steel in Starship's construction. Initially, Starship was built with advanced carbon fiber composites known for being lightweight and durable. However, by 2019, after producing some large components, SpaceX switched gears. Carbon fiber, despite its advantages, has significant drawbacks. It's porous, challenging to machine, requires curing in autoclaves, counterproductive for large rocket sections, and costs about $130 per kilo. Stainless steel, on the other hand, while heavier, has unique benefits that make it ideal for SpaceX's goals. Certain steel alloys become much stronger when cooled, meaning less material is needed for the same structural integrity. Since Starship uses cryogenic propellants, the cooling supply is readily available. Stainless steel's robustness also eliminates the need for heat shields on the rocket's leeward side, saving weight. Unlike carbon fiber, steel doesn't require paint, is easier to machine, and costs just a few dollars per kilo. For a company aiming to mass-produce rockets, these advantages are critical, as Simon Potter of Bryce Tech notes. This seemingly risky approach has proven highly effective. SpaceX rockets have become some of the most reliable in history, with Falcon 9's first stages flying up to 25 times. A reusable, low-cost, large-capacity rocket has been a dream of aerospace pioneers for decades. Starship embodies this vision. Musk has even envisioned an entire fleet of Starships potentially capable of multiple daily launches. With this capacity, SpaceX could deliver up to 1 million tons of cargo into orbit annually. This raises a compelling question. What can humanity achieve with such unprecedented capability beyond supporting a future Mars colony? One clear answer is Starship's ability to replace SpaceX's smaller Falcon rockets, which already dominated about half of the launch market. Musk has indicated that Starship's affordability and efficiency make it the logical successor to Falcon. NASA is equally optimistic. Jennifer Helpman, a planetary scientist at NASA's Ames Research Center, highlights Starship's potential for scientific missions. The spacecraft's upper stage is designed for orbital refueling with additional propellants delivered by other Starships. While this process requires a few extra flights, the payoff is massive, the ability to deliver over 100 tons of cargo to almost any destination in the solar system. Initially, low-cost launches might not revolutionize the industry overnight. Scientific missions are inherently expensive, and launch costs represent only a fraction of total budgets. However, Heldman points out that Starship could enable far more ambitious projects, offering scientists more value for their investments. For example, larger quantities of instruments could be deployed for less cost, opening new possibilities for exploration. The U.S. government is another potential Starship customer. The Space Force is exploring Starship's use in its rocket cargo program, which aims to rapidly transport equipment anywhere on Earth. In the evolving landscape of space-based warfare, Starship's ability to quickly and affordably replace satellites lost in conflict is an invaluable asset. NASA has already committed to using Starship for its Artemis program, which aims to land astronauts on the moon. While most of Artemis relies on the Space Launch System, NASA's expensive successor to the Space Shuttle, Starship's significantly lower costs and higher cargo capacity present a clear advantage. The SLS, with an estimated $2 billion per launch price tag, could eventually face pressure to be retired if Starship proves its viability. Before even considering Mars, SpaceX has concrete plans for Starship. The Starlink project, which aims to deploy thousands of satellites to provide global high-speed internet, is a key focus. SpaceX COO Gwynne Shotwell has noted that the global telecommunications market is worth about $1 trillion annually, and the company believes it can capture 3 to 4% of that market. Beyond telecommunications, SpaceX is helping to reinvigorate the legacy of Launch Complex 39A, the historic site of Apollo and Space Shuttle missions. With over 100 launches, SpaceX has already surpassed the Space Shuttle's record of 82 flights from this pad. Falcon rockets, including the heavy-lift Falcon Heavy, have transformed LC-39A into the busiest launch site in the world. Starship's addition to this launch complex marks the next chapter in its storied history. The spacecraft will be integral to NASA's future lunar missions and SpaceX's own interplanetary ambitions. With a commitment to innovation and bold goals, SpaceX is on track to redefine what humanity can achieve in space. Starship Flight 7, though marked by an explosion, underscores SpaceX's daring ethos: embrace failure as a step toward greatness. With every iteration, the company moves closer to realizing a new era of reusable rockets, affordable launches, and limitless exploration. And that concludes this report. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you next time.